Hey pals! Okay, so you want to know how I cured my cystic acne without Accutane or birth control? I'm gonna tell you guys. So before I get into the video today, I just want to say welcome to any new subscribers here. I am very aware that my channel at the moment is kind of all over the place. It is very relevant to my own brain just because I am so passionate about so many different things. But I know that there's some stuff on my channel about thrifting, there's some stuff on my channel about sustainable living, and then there's also some stuff about non-toxic lifestyle. So I would love to know from you guys why you subscribe to my channel and what kind of things or videos you are looking to see from me, and that can kind of give me more of a direction of where I should be going with these videos. At the moment, I'm just pretty much posting what information is kind of bouncing around in my brain and I think would be helpful or informational to anybody out on the YouTube platform in general. A huge reason why I started this channel was to help other women with struggles that they're going through. Huge thing for me obviously was how impactful a holistic lifestyle was for me. So those are videos that I'm going to continue to make, including this video today on how I cured my cystic acne. But I would love to hear from you below. Leave your name and when you subscribe to my channel and what kind of videos you are looking to see from me. Anyways, let's get into it. So I had cystic acne in my later teen years. I always had kind of little pimples or kind of like larger, like more cyst-like acne all throughout my teen years as soon as I kind of hit puberty, and that was a normal thing for me. But it wasn't something that was like absolutely terrible. It was just a normal part of being a teenager. It wasn't until I was about 18, I think maybe just a hormonal change as well as a lifestyle change, I broke out in the worst cystic acne at least I have ever experienced. I know that there's other people that have experienced worse, but for me at this point in my life, I do not have any photos other than this one that I will share with you. And this day you can kind of see it. It's a little bit of a blurry photo, and I was actually camping with my family here and I had worn makeup because I was so self-conscious about how bad it was. It was to the point it was so painful. It was just extremely uncomfortable in general, and it was all on the lower half of my face. So if you don't know, they say that certain parts of your face can let you know what is going on in your body and where the acne is coming from. So the lower half of your face here on your chin is said to be a hormonal imbalance, and that is actually something that it was 100% accurate for me because I had hormonal imbalances all through my teen years and growing up until now, where I've pretty much controlled it, and I've talked about that in another video of mine of how I got my period back just from using supplements and lifestyle changes. So obviously I'll get into this today for you on how I cured my cystic acne. It didn't take very long. I had actually gone and seen a dermatologist for recommendations. Obviously one of the huge things is birth control and Accutane that they put you on to control your cystic acne, but this dermatologist was actually great. Before he wanted to put me on any medication at all, he wanted to give me some helpful tips that might get rid of my acne before kind of taking that route. And with his recommendations, I was actually able to cure my cystic acne. It is not for the faint of heart. Curing your cystic acne really does come from the inside out. It is a whole body issue. It's coming from the inside, and that is something I really learned over doing these lifestyle changes, and I still continue to implement these into my daily life even now. And I think it's been almost 10 years because I am turning 28 this year, so it's been 10 years since I had cystic acne. I do of course get pimples every so often, like everybody. My skin isn't perfect. I can share a photo of what my skin looks like now actually without makeup on. And I do still have like some slight scarring. I do not have perfect skin tone, just based obviously on the past of having cystic acne. I'm very, very lucky that I did not get the type of scarring that is like deep and like the crater-like scarring. I just had some discoloration, which can definitely be removed over time from exfoliation and things like that. But anyways, I'll get into for you just the steps that he recommended to me and what worked for me and still works for me now. So one of the biggest things he recommended to me was removing dairy from my diet. So I do still actually incorporate some low-fat dairy into my diet, as much as I know that in the holistic world and in the food world, because I did study nutrition, low-fat dairy is not the best option for a lot of people. For me, I find that if I eat high-fat dairy, I will break out. So I eat 0% Greek yogurt for breakfast every single day and I've never had a problem. I also consume whey protein, never had an issue. And obviously that just comes from many years of experimenting with my foods. And when I had first gotten into this lifestyle change to get rid of my acne, I completely removed dairy from my diet. So no yogurt, no cheese, no milk whatsoever. So I was completely dairy free. Another thing was sugar was a huge thing. So again, I was completely sugar free. So dairy free, sugar free is a huge thing. And even to this day, obviously, you know, every so often I'll eat a donut or I'll eat a sweet treat. And again, like I do still incorporate low fat dairy into my diet, but for the most part, it is like a 90-10 thing. So majority of my lifestyle and eating style is I still really don't eat cheese, and I've actually gotten to the point where I don't like cheese. I think just because I spent so many years not eating it. Honestly, I'm just very turned off to dairy in general, unless obviously it's like a low fat dairy. I eat like tzatziki, so more of like the yogurt end of things I can definitely eat. I can also eat goat cheese and drink goat's milk and be totally okay. I think that just comes to the hormones that can be added to milk sometimes, and that can affect obviously women's hormones hugely. So that is a huge thing that they do recommend when you are trying to get rid of your cystic acne, is removing dairy from your diet. So again, like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. Like it really is a lifestyle change. If you are wanting to go the natural route and just do everything holistically, you will have to make lifestyle changes. And if you love cheese, it's gonna be hard. But yeah, like it honestly is so worth it. I, for so long, have had so many people asking me like, you know, why are you so serious about the way you eat and you refuse to eat certain things? And honestly, that is what I tell people, that is the biggest reason. It is not worth me going back to where I was with my cystic acne. And I really resonate with you if that is something that you're experiencing right now and trying to cure, because it honestly was such a dark point in my life. Like I mentioned, I did not want any photos of me, so there's like no photos of me from this point in my life. And it's just, it really is a hard thing to go through. So I really sympathize with you. And for me, at least, this lifestyle change was such an easy thing. If it meant that I didn't have cystic acne. So to this day, it's honestly such a simple explanation. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people are like, how could you not live without cheese? But yeah, for me, it's fairly easy. So I still live that way. Relatively low sugar and no dairy, hardly. Another thing that I've noticed over the years, and certain things that have caused flare-ups for me, is if I don't exercise. So exercising clears out your pores, it opens up your pores, and it is really a huge detox for your body. So working out is extremely important actually for cystic acne. I have noticed that if I stop exercising, I will 100% break out once again in acne. I went to Portugal with my sister a couple of years back, and obviously on this trip, I mentioned in past videos, I just decided to eat whatever I wanted. I didn't exercise. I kind of just like let myself live the European lifestyle while I was there and not worry about having to eat a certain way, and I just ate whatever I wanted. And it was amazing, and their food is so worth eating and trying, of course. But when I had gotten home, I had broken out at this point, and that obviously is a combination of a lifestyle change. So obviously your eating habits as well as your exercising habits. So that is one thing. If you don't currently exercise or have a weekly routine of sweating, that is a huge recommendation that I do have, is making sure you're sweating at least a couple times a week, because that is a huge detox for your body, and it's super important, not only obviously for getting rid of cystic acne and other skin problems, but just your overall health in general. So that is another factor I will say, is exercise. Another thing is, this could be like a placebo thing, but I have noticed I started taking collagen supplements when I was, I think, 19 or so, and I have noticed that if I don't take my collagen supplements, I do tend to get a couple of pimples. Again, this might be a placebo thing, but that is something I've incorporated. And in general, I do recommend incorporating collagen anyways into your diet, because there are studies showing that it is helpful for your skin health in general. And then another thing, of course, is making sure the products that you're putting on your skin are non-comedogenic. so they're not going to clog your pores. That's another thing. If I put certain products on my skin, they will clog my pores and I will break out in acne. So if you head on to another one of my videos on my skin products that I use, non-toxic skin products that I use, all of those products that I recommend in that video are non-comedogenic and they don't cause me to break out, and I still use those products every single day. So I always recommend those. And yeah, so skin products are super important. Another thing is, when I was growing up, when I was in my teen years, I had tried everything to get rid of my acne. Again, it wasn't that bad when I was a teenager, but I had tried Proactive, which was a huge thing if you weren't a teenager in like the 2010s era. Proactive, I remember the Proactive commercials and they were huge, and I remember seeing it and be like, Mom, I need to try that to like cure my acne. Tried Proactive, didn't work. I also had those OxyClean pads. I don't even know if they still sell them, but I'm pretty sure they're so bad for your skin. I pretty much tried everything as a teenager and nothing seemed to work for me. I used Cetaphil face wash at one point because I had heard that that was helpful for acne, as well as Head and Shoulders shampoo. Something I have come to realize as an adult and going through my whole skin health journey is the more products I personally put on my skin, the worse my skin gets. So I have spent tons of money at places like Sephora on expensive face products and face lotions and just broken out from hundreds of dollars worth of products. And now at this point, I do not put anything on my face other than my makeup and my face lotion. And I rarely use a face wash. I find if I use a face wash, that will cause me to break out. I do have more of a dry skin type, and it really just dries out my skin. It will cause more oil production when you have dry skin because your skin is trying to overcompensate for that. So it's creating more oil, and then that will cause more acne, which is crazy. So the only thing, a lot of the time to remove my makeup, I use a makeup eraser to remove my makeup. They're really great because they're reusable. So you just use it and throw it in the wash. It doesn't require any face wash at all. So I always recommend those for removing your makeup. They can be a little bit hard around your eyes. So around my eyes, I will use an oil like jojoba oil, put it on a reusable makeup removing pad, and then remove my eye makeup with that. I also tend to use a mascara that just washes off with water because I use non-toxic makeup. So I don't use any makeup that's really hard to get off in general. So when I am removing my makeup, it's a fairly simple process. Sometimes if I do find that I have some makeup buildup like in my pores and in my face, I will use a face wash or a light exfoliating scrub. And I tend to use face washes from brands like 100% Pure. Again, I've raved about them in the past, love the brand and love their products. So I have a face wash from them that I use at the moment. But that is everything that I can think of at the moment. That is everything that has helped me and has cured my acne over the years. Again, it is a holistic thing, so it's something that you're going to have to incorporate multiple parts of your life in order to cure and help. But it really is so curable, and I encourage you to try and go the holistic way with it, because ultimately if it's coming from inside your body, your life is only going to get better from incorporating these types of healthy lifestyle habits. My confidence skyrocketed. Just shows how much love that you have for yourself, and really showing yourself that you care about your health and you care about your body, and it is such a huge self-love thing. I think a lot of people don't realize, and going a holistic route and taking care of yourself is one of the best things that you can do. I know it's one of the best things that I ever did for myself, and I'm honestly just a better person because of it. And it was hard, but I am so proud of where I've come from and what I've done for myself health-wise. And I am still 10 years cystic acne free. So I'm very happy about that. And if you guys have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments for me below. If this helped you at all, click that like button and definitely subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. It really helps me out. I try to put out a new video every week. If not, every 2 weeks. I'm trying to get back into posting regularly. So definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys around. Bye!